I remember when I was maybe 7 years old, watching the movie The Entity with my mom. And she was like, oh, it's make believe, cover my eyes, all this. But then I remember at the end, at the very end, it says this movie is based on true stories, true events. And I remember looking at it, I'm not going to do that to this is real stuff. She's like, oh no, it's a movie. And it, I mean, just because it says that doesn't mean it's real. But when you're a kid, it's like, so ever since that point, I was kind of like, I need to figure this stuff out. Because that movie really scared me when I was a kid. Ever since then, I was in the graveyard and reading books and all that stuff. So ever since I was like 7, and that's kind of what got me started. Yeah.
That's why you also police officer, right?
I was.
And that's something with little office parallels.
Yes, I got made fun of it. Not made fun of, but I'd come in and or go to the graveyard all night. I barely give out any tickets for it. No, I was not in the graveyard.
Yeah, like I said, I grew up in a haunted house, and my dad and I used to investigate together when I was little, so we would go to cemeteries and stuff. And then I eventually joined an organized group and ended up in one that was part of the Taft Family Network, and met Jane Grant, and that's his history. Just snowballing.
For me, just curiosity. Just straight up curiosity. Dad? Son?
Actually, just like many people that get involved in this field, I had an experience when I was 4 or 5 years old. It was a pretty traumatic type thing where an apparition appeared at the foot of my bed. I won't tell you the whole story, but it happened 3 times, the same apparition within a year's time. And back then, I never told anybody except one person in my life, who was my grandfather. My grandfather was very religious. I wouldn't tell my father. I'd rather deal with that entity that was there than go wake up my father. Believe me, as scared as I was. So, the last time that this thing appeared, I went into the bathroom and just sat there. We always kept the light on in the bathroom as a nightlight. And I stood in there about 15, 20 minutes. And I walked back in the room, and it was still standing there. So you can imagine being 4 or 5 years old. And it actually is in Elizabeth, New Jersey, the town that I worked in as a police officer. I always ask the guys when they condemn this, it's a project. Place I was born. And if it's ever going to get knocked down, I definitely want to go back there. I don't know if anything's going to happen. We talked about it. I actually never told Dave about it until probably the past 4 or 5 years, because he was very impressionable and I didn't want to upset him and get him nervous. And as we grew up, we were always interested in it. Like for his birthday party in March, it would be Halloween thing, you know, so it was a lot of fun. When we, Friday night, right? Halloween, we used to bring home a movie, like 1 week before Halloween, scary movie every night leading up to Halloween, so.
You would do the knock from the fog?
Oh, this is pretty cool. I taught you, I trained them. Their favorite movies, I don't want to take up too much time, were The Fog, the old one, with Ingrid Barbeau, she's still looking good, by the way. And Freddy Krueger. All right, the Nightmare on Elm Street. So the night we had Freddy on, you know, they'd go to bed, my 2 sons were in bunk beds in their room. So I waited about 20 minutes, you know, all the lights are out. And I went to the kitchen, I taped the butter knives to my hands. See, I trained him good, that's why he never gets scared, you know, he does what he's good. So I'm scraping along the wall. And you hear my son, my oldest son, he's even more chicken than I've done. Dad, we know it's you, Dad. Cut it out, Dad. All right? Then I put the fingers around the doorway. Dad, cut it out, Dad. And then, you know, and I wouldn't say anything. He said, we're going to tell Mom. Then I stopped. But the same thing with the fog. You know the part where they're boom, boom. When the babysitter's watching the little boy, Adrian's yelling, you know. But anyway, they go to sleep, same thing. I think it was the last day. We saved the fog for last. They go to sleep, I wait 20 minutes. Boom. Boom. Same routine. They said, cut it out, Dad. We know it's you. You know it's you. And I was doing it for 5 minutes. I said, well, we're going to tell Mom. And I stopped it. And that we were always interested. I didn't need to take up that much.